Hello, amazing people. Welcome back to my channel. How you all doing, guys? Hope you're good today. Hope you're doing great, and I hope you're generally fine. So today, guys, I'm going to show you how to make this very beautiful, easy and stylish crop top. Yes, so this is a very simple one, and of course the interesting part is that you can style it in several ways, just like you can see in this intro video. Very stylish. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're just going to head over to our table so that we can go ahead and start up. So this is the few fabric I'm using. This is just the two piece of fabric we're going to be using for the waist line. Okay, and the width of this is 6 inches, and they're both the same 6 inches in width. And this elastic I'm going to be using here is an elastic of 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches. Why? For the length here is going to be, I'm going to be working with 22 inches. Now working with 22 inches because this is for both the front and the back. Remember, by the time you join it together, it's going to form the waistline. Okay, yes, so 22 inches. Then for the elastic, the length of the elastic, I'm going to minus 5 inches from what I have on my fabric there. Since I have 22, if I take away 5 inches from it, so my elastic measurement is going to be 17 inches. So the idea is, of course, when you put the elastic, you'll be able to gather it together, just like you see me demonstrate now. Okay, yes, so that's what I'm going to do. Remember, the width is 6 inches, so that by the time we sew it together, okay, by the time we fold it and sew it, it's going to be it's supposed to be 3 inches by the time you fold it. So when we sew it, it will be 2.5. I hope you understand. 2.5, so that when we pass our elastic of 2 inches through, we will have a space of 0.5 inches that we're going to be attaching it to another strap. I hope you understand. There's nothing confusing. Okay, 3 inches in width. When you fold it into 2, it becomes 6 inches in width. Sorry, when you fold it into 2, it becomes 3 inches. When you're done sewing, it becomes 2.5. So now you can see I've sewn it, I've turned it to the right side, and I've also given it a good press. So what we're going to do now is to pass our elastic off 2 inches through it. Okay, so just go ahead and pass the elastic through. So whatever you do for this one, you do for the other one. Remember, this is supposed to give us a waist circumference. Okay, a waist circumference. So you can totally work with your own waist circumference. Okay, by the time you do that, but important you add extra inches, because since you're going to be passing an elastic through, so it will just hold everything together. So you can see me passing my elastic through on both sides. So once I'm done, you can see, just make sure that you tack both ends, you top stitch it properly. Okay, and this is what we have. So the next thing I'll do now is to join it all together. So I'm going to join it on both ends. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that now. So by the time you join it on both ends, you can see now we have our waist circumference. Now the beauty about this is that it stretches, so it can actually fit in not just the actual waist, it can fit in a bigger waist, or even a little bit smaller waist. You can see what we have here now. All right, yeah, so that's why I said work with your waist circumference, add an extra inch so that the elastic will bring everything together. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to get a center point. You can see I'm trying to get a center point from what I already have here, from this my band. You can see now this is center point I'm going to be working with. Now I'm going to bring a strap. Now this strap now is what we're going to use to do all the magic in terms of styling. Okay, now you can see my strap here is a width of 10 inches. 10 inches for this width. Apologies for the blurriness in this video. Okay, yes, so it's a width of 10 inches, and you can see I've gone ahead to hem the entire piece. Okay, hem the both sides, so which means you cut out like 11 inches, 11 or even 12 inches, but so that by the time you hem both sides, then you'll be left with 10 inches in width. So you can see I've already hemmed it, both the sides and the edges. Okay, yes. So, and of course I have it what in 2 straps. So these are very, very what long straps you can see here. So it has to be this long. So when I measure the length of the strap, what I have was 39 inches. So you need to consider that when you're cutting, having in mind that you're also going to be hemming the edges. So I have 39 inches in length and 10 inches what in width. So bringing back my elastic waistband now, you can see, remember what we marked the center. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to what, from that center point, what I'm going to be marking 2 inches apart, 2 or 3 inches apart actually. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. You can see the center marking there. So I'm going to what, mark 2 inches away from that center point. I will do it on both sides because that is where I'm going to be attaching what, my long strap. You can see I'm marking 2 inches away from the center, and I'm doing the same thing for the other side as well. So you can see that. So what I will do now is to go ahead what and place what, my strap from the inside. You can see I'm placing it on that 2 inches away from the center. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. So while I was pinning this, so I just realized that, oh, okay, it's going to really, really move away from the side, from the end of the side. Okay, so I had to now push it inside a little bit more. Okay, so more like I used 3 inches. So I used 3 inches away from the center. Initially I marked 2 inches. Okay, so I had to move it inside again, and I marked 3 inches. So 3 inches away from what, the center point. You can see what I'm doing. So it was fitted at the very end. So I'll go ahead now and pin it down. So remember I said this our band, remember it was 2.5 after sewing it. So we passed an elastic of what, 2 inches in width, right? So which means that we have 0.5 inches space. It is that 0.5 inches space is what we're going to what, sew on this our long strap. I hope you understand, because the idea is not to sew on the elastic. I hope you get it. All right, so that's it. So now I have attached one, then I'll move over to the other one. So you can see this can be a little bit tricky because now you cannot see it, so but you have to use your hand to control, because you know you've already marked 3 inches away from the center, right? So you can just feel it from the inside, and you go ahead and pin it down just like you see me doing. So of course it's very important, once you're done pinning it down, also flip it through on the inside just to be sure that what, it is properly aligned. Then you go ahead and sew. And if I tell you now that we are done, you will not believe me. It's that simple, like we're done. Very, very, very simple. You can see how this easy to make. And that's it, guys, on how to make this very beautiful piece. You can see this. All you need to do is just to wear it on the waistline and go ahead and begin to style it in different ways, just like you see on the intro video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video where I'll be showing you how I styled it. Okay, I use my mannequin to demonstrate that because I can see the intro video is quite fast, so I have to take my time to show you how I styled it step by step with different styles. Okay, so I'll put that video up next after this one. Okay, yes. So meanwhile, I also want to introduce you to my DTF printing online class that is what, already ongoing. So guys, if not registered, this is a good time for you to register. It's very, very a very, very lucrative business that you can also add to what you're doing. Detail printing is a form of branding and customization. You get to brand, you know, what you make as a tailor, or you don't have to also be a tailor to also do this. That's the beautiful thing about it. So in case you're interested, please go ahead and register. You will see the banner at the end of this video, and of course feel free to share this to a lot of people that might be interested. Okay, please, there are a lot of people that will need this that are probably not aware. Please be kind enough love to share with your friends, share with your sewing communities, and don't forget to subscribe on this channel if you haven't done that as well. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and permit me to say thank you so much if you're joining us for the first time. I appreciate you. Okay, thank you so much for coming on board, and also thank you to all my subscribers. I love you guys so much. Thank you for always showing up here. Thank you guys. So don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, you know, I do my tailoring. I also make some fashionable accessories as well, which I get to customize. Okay, yeah, so this is the banner. Feel free to register. Bye.